From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day.
Welcome to BBN Game Day. I'm Anna Tarullo.
And I'm Christy Thomas. And today the Florida Gators are in town. Kentucky coming in with a 20-4 record. That includes a perfect 14-0 at home, while Florida is sitting in 5th place in the conference, 16-8 overall, 6-5 in the SEC. But they are on a hot streak, and I'm sure they're a little disappointed with that. The Gators have won their last 4 games, though.
That's right. The first thing you need to know, the Gators have a player named Flandris Fleming. That's very important.
Bizarre.
That is his name.
Bizarre.
He's averaging 10 points a night. But I guess this is the other information you need. Tip-off is 4 o'clock on ESPN. Christy, the Cats haven't had many Saturday home games this year. This should be a good one.
Well, it should be, but I also like that 4 o'clock tip, Anna, because Mama struggles with those 9
Ooh,
p.m.
hear
tips. But Colin Castleton is a big part of what the Gators do. He missed 6 games earlier this season with a shoulder injury, but he has played in the Gators' last 2 games. Although he did have to leave their last game a little early, he re-aggravated that same shoulder. Castleton, listen, he's not Oscar Tshiebwe, but he's averaging almost a double-double, 15 points, 9 boards a game. On average, Castleton only attempts about 10 shots a night, but he's making half of them, so he's smart with the ball in his hands. He's averaging 2.8 blocks. That's good for 16th in the country. His wingspan is listed as, how about this, 7'2",
Whoa.
and that's kind of length that really is giving Oscar Tshiebwe a lot of trouble this season. So Calipari says other guys on the roster are going to have to step up on the boards.
They're beating the crap out of him, and he's still coming up with 14. Sometimes there's 2 and 3 guys on him, which means where are the rest of you guys? Come on, get in there and rebound.
What happens a lot of times, though, too, is you get so enamored, I think, with what Oscar does that players, I can speak as a former player, you get caught up watching sometimes, watching the guy go to work, you know? So, yeah, got to avoid that.
They need to jump in there.
Yeah.
Even though it's still February, we're all starting to get into March mode, Christy. That includes John Calipari, who's become known for getting his teams to peak at the right time. Everyone wants to be playing their best basketball toward the end of the season, so you have that momentum and confidence going into the tournament, but that's easier said than done. Coach Cal gave us a little bit of insight into how he approaches the whole peaking at the right time process and what it can do for his team as the regular season begins to wind down.
Fresh minds and fresh legs win at the end of the year. Fresh minds and fresh legs win, which means we're not having 2-hour film sessions, not doing it. I don't want to do it. We're not having 4-hour practices, not at the end of the year. We are what we are. We're established. We're just trying to get sharper and more consistent, more disciplined. Most of that is mental. Everything we do is geared toward March. We want to play hard games. We want to play teams that play different. Florida plays different. They press a little bit. It's more of a try to dictate the pace of the game, but they still press. They'll play a big zone, a wide zone. Great. We need to go against that. We're going to play teams that are going to come out and physically try to just manhandle us, push, shove, grab, hold, 2 hands around a guy trying to get open, flop charges. Great. You got to play every kind of team. So in March, nothing surprises you.
All right, lots more game talk still ahead. Goose Givens and Orlando Antigua are both joining us to preview the Gators in just a few minutes.
All right, so let's switch gears for just a bit. The women lost a close one to #1 South Carolina this week. It looked like the Gamecocks had pulled away a little bit, but then it was Ryan Howard time. She rallied 16 of her 21 points coming in the 4th quarter, but it was just too little too late this time. South Carolina gets the 59-50 win. Next up for the Cats on the road against Alabama Sunday at 2 o'clock on the SEC Network.
The Super Bowl is almost here, and just because there isn't a former Wildcat playing in the game doesn't mean Big Blue Nation won't be well represented. Not 1, but 2 former UK dancers will be on the sidelines with the Bengals cheer team. And for Dayton, Ohio native Ashley Wood, this experience isn't just about her.
I've been a Bengals fan since I was so little. My dad's a huge Bengals fan, so we've had season tickets since I could walk. So my family is so ecstatic. They're ready. They're already in LA, ready to go. They have their tickets. So, you know, it's such an honor to be able to represent Ohio and where I'm from. My best friend Holly is on the team, who we both danced at UK together. So being able to like share the experience from UK and moving it to the Bengals is such a cool experience.
You can watch the Super Bowl this Sunday on your local NBC station here in Lexington. That means LEX 18. Our coverage starts at noon and kickoff is set for 6:30. Coming up, we'll get back into men's basketball.
Jack Givens is joining us to talk about a National Player of the Year contender. This guy named Oscar Tshiebwe. Yeah, maybe you've heard of him. We'll be right back.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.
Since opening our doors 75 years ago, Central Bank has made big changes, like the region's first Saturday hours, online ATMs, and even the area's very first vault. But one thing will never change is the community-minded mission of our founder. Garvis D. Kincaid believed that what's good for the bank should also be good for its community. True back in 1946 and equally true today. So, come see how we've grown. Central Bank, central to you. Member FDIC.
St. Joseph Health has expanded its affiliation with Cleveland Clinic Cancer Center. As a leader in cancer screenings, diagnosis, and treatment for more than 40 years, St. Joseph Health continues to bring world-renowned cancer care to our communities. We'll now be able to reach more Kentuckians with highly specialized care, expertise, and convenience for you and your family. Whether you are newly diagnosed, want a second opinion, or would like to schedule a cancer screening, give us a call at 844-940-HOPE.
Did you know that 1 Kentuckian in 6 struggles with food insecurity? That's why Kentucky Farm Bureau has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Kentucky Hunger Initiative. Contributions that help neighbors in need put food on the table. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that our fellow Kentuckians get help when they need it most. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Tune in before every game for the Don Franklin Countdown to Tip-Off Show with Dave Baker and Jack Givens, featuring conversations with other former UK stars and Coach Cal. It airs 90 minutes prior to game time on the UK Sports Network radio affiliates or through the UK Athletics app.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Welcome back to BBN Game Day.
We're always happy to be joined by this guy. It's Jack Givens with the UK Sports Network. All right, Goose, that South Carolina game, it was an interesting one, a really slow start for Oscar. Only 6 points and 2 rebounds in the first half, but then he came alive with a double-double in the second half. Ended up getting to the rim quite a bit on some of these alley-oop plays, and the Cats, they've gotten this action a number of ways all season long, off the screen, off the drive, in transition. Jack, why is this working so well for the offense?
Well, I think the main thing is when you talk about Oscar is the fact that he works so hard. He's always going, and then that seems to get everybody else going. You see Oscar dunking the ball here. He's just up and down the floor. He's doing his thing, and he is just electrifying for everyone. It's nice because everybody knows if they throw it up there, he's going to be able to go get it. I love what he's doing on offense. He's doing the job on defense as well, stealing basketballs and getting on the break, getting other guys involved. And that is the way Kentucky needs to play when he is on the floor.
When's the last time you've seen a big guy run this well? He just runs the floor so well.
And that's the thing. They have all these big old guys. They try to put the long guys on him. And the fact of the matter is it doesn't matter because in transition, he is so much quicker. He's able to get down the floor. You don't see that very often in a guy his size, but it's so nice to see that coming from Oscar. And it's coming every game. It's not one thing we see once and not the next. It's always there.
Makes it a heck of a lot of fun to watch.
That's right. Now, you just touched on it a little bit, but how do you see Oscar getting it done against a long, lanky guy like Florida's Colin Castleton?
You know, he's seen that before. The thing that Oscar's going to have to do is he's going to have to take some contact because not only are they big, they want to be physical with him. They'd love, obviously, to get him in foul trouble. He's done a good job. Coach Cal feels comfortable with some of the guys coming off the bench, so they get him out to protect him for later in the game. I'm more concerned about guys who are like 6'9", 6'10", who are really strong bruiser-type guys. Those are the ones that give Oscar a lot of trouble.
Well, Kentucky's 4 spot has certainly improved so much in the last couple of weeks. Keon Brooks, he's crushing it. Jacob Toppin, 10 points in 6 minutes. You hate that ankle injury ended his night at South Carolina because he was really well on his way to being this a Cat with the 7th player to have a 20-point night this year. But gosh, they're just getting some great play in that 4 position.
And that's another thing that makes this team so good and so much fun to watch. You never know where that extra punch is going to come from. Is it where? Toppin has been consistent now, so he's giving it to him. Is it going to be Mentz tonight, who is playing well? But the thing that I love the most about Toppin's game is the improvements he's made on the offensive end. Not just dunking the ball now, but from 15 to 17 feet, he's worked so hard in getting that jump shot to where he feels comfortable taking it. And guess what? He's looking for it. He's looking for that jump shot. That totally blows the defense out of the water because now they don't know for sure how to play him.
Since the Kansas game, Sahvir Wheeler has shot 0 for 17 in Kentucky's last 3 games. Really struggling offensively. Now he's still dished out 27 total assists in those games. He's first in the SEC, 3rd in the entire country in assists right now. But does Kentucky need him to score? They need him to be a threat. And until he makes a few shots, you watch if Florida plays that zone defense today, they're going to get packed back in there. And they will let Wheeler shoot until he makes one. He's going to need to make a couple shots. If you look at him right now, you can tell the confidence is just not there. And we go 0 for 17. You're not going to have a whole lot of confidence. But the fact is, he's putting up a lot of shots in practice. He's going to get back to where he's at least a threat to make shots.
All right, you told a story this week about Damian Collins and how he ended up with stitches on his face.
Yeah.
What happened there, and what have we seen out of Collins lately?
Well, you know, boys will be boys, and they were just in practice. Just let's see if I can hit my head on the rim, one of those kind of things. And here's what happens. Yeah, you know, he did that. Toppin, fortunately, jumped beside the rim and didn't quite get any contact with it, but he would have cut down by his chin because he was up so high. But it's just boys being boys. He's going to be able to play. I love the fact that he's getting more and more confidence as the season goes on. They're going to use the alley-oop more. And if you're going to use the alley-oop, there's no one better than this guy. I mean, he is up around the rim all the time. You don't want to get him in a physical bang-bang kind of game. You just want to throw it up there and say, go get it, young fella. And, of course, he's able to do that.
You always had that trouble, too, didn't you, Goose? Hitting your
tall
face
boys
on the rim.
tall boys.
Yeah,
but I love watching those alley-oops. It's like watching ballet or something. Goose, thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to hear from one expert to another now. It's on to Coach O, talking exclusively with BBN Gameday right after the break.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Kroger delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Kentucky's big men spent a lot of time working with associate coach Orlando Antigua, so it makes sense that Coach O is the one joining us to preview the Cats versus the Gators and Oscar versus Castleton. Here's his conversation with Anna.
All right, Coach O, the past 4 or 5 games have been really breakout games for Keon and Jacob. That 4 spot seems to really be developing. What has it taken to get to this point?
I think it's just been their consistent work every day in practice. I know the amount of work that both Keon and Jacob have been doing additionally to practice in terms of getting their shots up and just staying focused and being physical, using their God-gift God-given abilities in terms of their athleticism and their length. You know, Oscar's drawing so much attention in terms of teams sending 2 and 3 people to try to box him out. So those guys have been crucial for us in terms of getting offensive rebounds and going into the glass and helping him on the defensive glass as well. So mixing it up a little bit has really helped them get engaged and involved in the game.
Would you say you guys are peaking at the ideal time?
It's what a typical Cal team does during this time of the year. It starts to play really well. Everyone's roles are defined. Everyone's starring in their role. And this is what you want to see heading down towards the end of the season.
All right, let's talk about that video from postgame on Tuesday. The gritty. It seems like this team is really special in terms of chemistry. It seems like they really play with a joy, and everyone feels really happy for each other. How would you rank this team in terms of chemistry of all the teams you've coached?
It's one of the best. It's an element that a team needs to be able to have success or to be in contention to have success. And that's something that from, if you think back to even the summer, once we got everyone on campus, that we thought was special about this group. We have really good guys that really care genuinely for one another. And you need to have that element on a team if you're really trying to make a good run. And so to see it fruition through ups and downs of the season, through the physicality, through injuries and all that stuff, those guys are really, really happy for each other's success. And that's special. That's special to have.
Florida enters Saturday's game at Rupp on a hot streak. They've won their last 4. Where are they the most threatening?
Well, obviously it starts with them, with their postman and Colin Castleton. You know, he's been back now for a few games for them, and that's allowed them to fall back into rhythm. He's a major piece for them in terms of protecting the rim, blocking shots, and as a scoring threat, as a guy that can go and get double-doubles for you. But that allows their perimeter guys to fall into place. You know, they're taking about 28 threes a game, and with him in the post, they're drawing that much attention. It allows them to get spacing and get shots off. So we're going to have our hands full in terms of making sure that we defend the three-point line and also keeping Colin in check and keeping him off the glass and particularly off the free throw line. They do a good job of getting to the free throw line. We still got 7 games left. You know, with almost half of them to be on the road, it's going to be tough and difficult environments. We just want to make sure we take care of home court. And like Coach says, we're solidified as a team. Now let's see what we can do and where we can take this.
Thanks to Orlando for the time. Still ahead, we have what you need to know from UK Baseball and Softball Media Day. And golf coach Golda Borst says one of her athletes is, wait for it, built different. We'll explain right after the break.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it into thin, oversized New York-style slices. I mean, look at that crust. That is the perfect crust thickness no matter how you eat it. So you can fold it or not, but I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York-style pizza from Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Welcome back. It's time for This Week for the Wildcats, brought to you by Toyota. Spring sports are back. That includes baseball and softball. Both UK programs held their media day this week, and we were there. The softball season is actually already underway. They're down in Florida for a weekend tournament. Next game is against Iowa. The baseball team still has one more week. First pitch is next Friday against Jacksonville State.
Last year was a pretty darn good one for the Kentucky softball team. They won 46 games, were above 500 in the SEC, but they did come up short in the SEC tournament against eventual champ Alabama. They still got to host an NCAA Regionals, and the Cats won that. But then they had to travel back to the Crimson Tide again for the Super Regional, and the sting of that, coming just that close to the World Series, is definitely something that will drive this team this year.
We know we can get there. We just have to get all of our pieces working together. And, you know, it's going to take some time at the beginning to, you know, the new pitching staff, just everyone playing together at the beginning. It's going to be tough, but I think that we're playing for the end goal of making it to the World Series.
Every year that I've been here, we've made it to postseason and we've gone to a Super Regional. So I'm really wanting to get to the World Series and to win it all. So it definitely fuels the fire. So you're never satisfied with just making it to Supers. Yeah, it's a really cool experience, but there's always something more.
For the baseball team, that hasn't quite been the case over the past few years. The Batcats finished 29-23 last season. They failed to make the postseason. They haven't been there since Mingione's second season back in 2017. This year, the Wildcats did add a number of players from the transfer portal, and they have some returning players that were effective a season ago. Despite some doubters on the outside, Coach Mingione still believes in this program.
There's going to be people that say things good and bad. You have to be able to take both, because in 17, when we had that special year, it's like, whoa, I was SEC Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year, and it's like, holy cow. You know, well, I'm still the same human being. Matter of fact, I'm probably a better coach now than I was then.
Coach Mingione does have a preseason All-American on the roster this year, and Ryan Ritter. He talked with Darren Hedrick with the UK Sports Network.
Ryan, what are some of the things you're looking forward to the most that first weekend of the season against Jacksonville State, playing another team?
I mean, I love going on the road, so I can't wait to just go on the road on Thursday, have that travel day with all my buddies, and then just can't wait for the first game. You know, we got our first bats. Hopefully I'm leading off so I can set the tone for the season, so I'm excited for that.
The UK women's golf team has set a school record score. The Wildcats shot a program best 31 under par for the tournament with an 833 score over the 3 rounds. That was at the UCF Challenge. Jensen Castle led the way for the Cats, finishing second overall and carting a career best 201. Her head coach says there's just something unique about Jensen.
She's very special. She's just built different. That's the best way I can say it. She steps up to the ball. She knows what she wants to do. She's got a different air about her. Some players are just mentally, physically, they are different. And she really has a chance to be even better and more special. And I think we'll see her on the big screen for a long time.
Very cool. We've got more BBN Game Day after the break.
Our play of the week is next. Stay with us.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Kroger Delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There are moments in our lives that change everything, where hard work pays off with a burst of opportunity. That's why each year, Kentucky Farm Bureau and its county offices across the state help raise and give away hundreds of thousands of dollars in college scholarships. You see, Kentucky Farm Bureau does more than just insure homes and autos. We help ensure that more Kentuckians have a chance to achieve their dreams. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Driven to innovate, to excite, to never settle, to be the best you can be. It's in the DNA of every Olympic and Paralympic athlete, and in every new Toyota. We are driven to be the best, like the best-selling Toyota Tacoma and legendary Toyota 4Runner. And now is the best time to get a new Tacoma or 4Runner, with new vehicles arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Drive home a winner. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, find someone who loves you as much as this team loves the gritty. The Roadkill Dance Party is our Coke play of the week. I don't know what's my favorite part, either Ty requesting his time, or I don't know, I like Chin at the end too.
Well, listen, I've got 2 kids that are doing this all over my house.
Maybe they can teach us.
Yes, I am not good at it. But I do want to know who your pick is for the Super Bowl.
Oh, Bengals, Joe Burrow all the way, baby.
How not, right? And then we were talking in the commercial break. We're really pumped about halftime.
Yes,
So
commercials too.
We might need a podcast to kind of break that down and tell you all of
Mary
our thoughts.
J.
And yeah, I'm very excited about that. So my hope is that does not disappoint. So we'll see.
Nope.
But Bengals all the way, baby.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of BBN Game Day.
We'll see you back here again next week. And until then, go Cats.
This is BBN Game Day, sponsored by Central Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, Coca-Cola, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Kroger, Papa John's, and Toyota.